Hello, family. Last week we witnessed something we never expected. Advocate Baloyi has just made a complete U-turn, distancing the state from Gininda's controversial statement. Listen to this carefully.
Mr. Zungu, because an impression was created here at court by both your son, Constable Zungu, and Brigadier Gininda in their testimony throughout, that you are the source of the information relating to, or that they got the information relating to the complicity of accused number 1 and accused number 2, that is Sibiya and Ntanzi, in the death of Senzo, the deceased in this case.
Umele uthi khona ke isithombe esadwetshwa ke la enkantolo sidwetshwa indodana yakho uZungu Sizwe Zungu futhi nomunye ufakazi wathi uBrigadier Gininda mayelana nesikhangiso nolwazi owalikhuluma wena ne wathi wena ke uyazi ukuthi umsola wokuqala futhi nowesibili ke badlala isikhangiso siphi ekushoneni kukamufi uSenzo Meyiwa. Was that said by my son?
Yes, your son and Brigadier Gininda said.
But indodana yakho futhi nomnumzana uBrigadier Gininda basho kokulandelayo lalela umeli
that you are the one who gave your son information that accused number 1 Muzi Sibiya and accused number 2 Ntanzi are complicit in the killing of Senzo.
But when I waletha ulwazi mayelana
for reasons, but it's not correct.
Yeah, no.
Yes, but yeah, we leave it there, but that's not the evidence.
No, it's not the correct evidence.
Yes, well, the evidence that this witness said he heard from Mbekiseni.
That's it.
Mbekiseni, who heard from the brother of
Yeah.
Ntanzi. So it's like triple hearsay.
Triple hearsay. That's how I heard the evidence.
ngaba kumshushisi uthi akuyona ke indlela ufakazi lobaba lethwa ngayo lenkantolo ngoba bathi wena kwezwa ngogwabeni futhi ugwabeni naye wezwa ngomfo kanti wakubona Ntanzi omunye akuyona indlela inkulumo eqhamuka ngami mhlambe yavezwa ngayo la enkantolo manje sime sinolomeli akhulume.
That is very interesting, my lord, that the state is now all of a sudden saying that is triple hearsay. If it is triple hearsay, what did they allow Brigadier Gininda to proceed with that triple hearsay?
No, please. It's me saying that.
Oh, that's the court?
Yes.
Okay.
I listen to the evidence.
And what counsel is saying is not correct.
No, quite.
From the outset, we've always said this witness evidence is triple hearsay evidence, and we are not going to call the witness. I can refer to the relevant portion, my lord. Yes, starting on the proceedings of 18 October 2024, page 36, line 7, the state said, my lord, we just requested the reference to what was said by Absolom Zungu be left out of account. And the court said, you are saying the reference to what was said by? We said, then we responded at line 10, reference as to what would have been mentioned by Absolom Zungu be left out of account as he has not been called as a witness. Then there is also another portion.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant for this court.
Yes.
The fact that the state prefers not to call Mr. Zungu Senior as a witness.
Yes, but
He's giving evidence in court now.
yes, but counsel is saying we let Brigadier Gininda on that, and we just wish to correct counsel that that is not borne by the record. Also, on 20 May 2025, line 10, we said the following: as the court pleases, the court will recall that at the inception of the evidence of Brigadier Gininda, we were at pains to avoid this hearsay evidence, that is now the evidence of Mr. Absolom Zungu. In fact, if I recall, the evidence of Brigadier Gininda was to the effect that he received a report from Mr. Absolom Zungu, because as court officials, we are aware that we may not lead hearsay evidence. And just towards the end of the page, we say the defense must therefore, my lord, we said that is the defense that introduced the evidence. And on page 11, we said the defense must lie on the bed that they've made since they've introduced the evidence. We said it cannot be retracted. It is on record, and that it must remain on record. And we said that the statement is already admitted, despite the fact that, as Advocate Munisi pointed out, it's triple hearsay evidence. And we say that is why we did not call Mr. Zungu Senior to testify, as his evidence, according to Exhibit UU, amounts to triple hearsay evidence.
So, the big question is, if the so-called statement collapses, what will the state use to try to convict the accused now? Let's break it down. Here is the alleged new strategy. The state has switched to forensics, the only battlefield that doesn't lie. With witnesses contradicting each other, statements being denied, and Gininda's credibility on fire, the prosecution is retreating to what they see as their safe zone: ballistics, crime scene analysis, and physical evidence. They will argue that guns, shells, and trajectories don't change their story, even if the witnesses do. The confessions, whether disputed or not, will be pushed hard. Ntanzi's alleged admissions, even though he claims torture, will now become the centerpiece. Expect the state to parade officers who heard or recorded these confessions. They'll try to convince the court that the accused's own words tie them to the crime. Remember, behavior equals guilt. That's the angle now. Phone records, movements after the shooting, sudden disappearances. The state will frame every suspicious action as consciousness of guilt. When their statements collapse, they rely on behavior. There comes a joint enterprise. That is the whole group did it theory. With individual evidence weak, the state will try to create a picture of collective action. They will argue that while each man denies involvement, their combined behavior forms one coordinated picture of guilt. The state will try to attack the defense witnesses and flip the narrative. Witness contradictions, Absolom Zungu's denials, fabricated statements. The state will try to turn all this chaos around and claim that the accused and their associates are creating confusion to hide the truth. This is the strategy they believe can still rescue their case, even as key evidence melts away. Family, this case gets more unbelievable by the day. If the state is now abandoning Gininda's triple hearsay, then what does that say about the strength of this investigation? Do you think this new strategy can actually secure a conviction? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one of them. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. And stay tuned, because tomorrow might be even wilder than today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Skybridge. Goodbye.